Ebusia Sarkodie esiw Ecobank. Asem na no ayede. Sarkodie say Ecobank are using the lookalike their advert. Enti no ono de onti ase say without the consent, without the permission, yako use obi a ose no e dia impression na mo pese mo create e de to mo customers etrim. Ne santi Sarkodie man nta so a straight to court. Aha, let's talk ghtrends. And then first time I put into a video, I'm also subscribing. I'm a click on notification bell also for latest updates. Not follow Facebook as let's talk ghtrends and at TikTok also as let's talk ghtrends share video. I'm a for share any comments be I want to or comment section or edit am mame. You see, as I call the SC was sue a Ecobank na ne tintini ni tete mu nyina ne say Ecobank create awareness because almost say as a scam be cost wa wo ho a obi timi frɛ se fa Ghana card say obi timi frɛ in the name of Ecobank what I say enti no omo first ad no ade omo de beto ho en na eda wo screen ni so na ya tro be alert looks can be deceiving and then in this particular ad no uhu say bema bi da ho a wo hwe na osese akode na chese ni lookalike what I say lookalike na ekokoko no aha nti this ad ana eba ya Sarkodie hu ya o se and anko ya man because Sarkodie enye brand ambassador emfa ma Ecobank nti adenti na se mu be use obi ede na ye mo ade a munko use mo brand ambassador ni lookalike. That is the question. What I say into this particular ad yeah that was screen is eno ene ebeto oja enam so ema Sarkodie esi wasiu Ecobank. Now this post no few days back and I lady bi anidi edi ewra esi ada onu edi nka be ye post say wonya ntie say Sarkodie esiu Ecobank. Na ase na enhye da nye confirm man nti ad na me de etwere wo no eno no odi nkan e de beto ho a wo de kan later ana odi evidence a rates a Sarkodie ejina so a wo de esiu Ecobank na ebeto eja eno na deda o screen ne so no na yenim se banks wo Ghana anase nyumaku wo Ghana obia e wo ne brand ambassador eti Sarkodie brand ambassador e de ma First Bank onye brand ambassador emfa ma Ecobank de nim ne say Kim Promise and omo brand ambassador enti the question is adenti no because you will look alike bebre one of them are nim popularly Kim Promise look alike no ti adenti no use Kim Promise look alike no mo ko use obi a ose Sarkodie. What are you trying to say? Which Sarkodie and say brand ambassador edema different bank, that is First Bank. First Bank competitor to Ecobank. Edie na mo pese mo tre. What I say? It is a wunim the way brand any omoniema city. I wunim say brand bia once Ecobank bank na First Bank say bank no. They are competing. Obia pese okonenim, obia pese the customers and answer or more customers at the money who ain't no who put it out ad where you have Kim Promise as your brand ambassador, where Kim Promise has lookalikes. Adentina when you see Kim Promise a lookalike. Now because you see bank for a brand ambassador a lookalike. What is the impression you are trying to create? And then I'll say what it's so team. Second time na ewe esi ebe ni second post na asema otro eka honi or say remember my post about the alleged legal battle between Sarkodie and Ecobank. This is the rate and no this rates of sermon courts and sem ne ebeto ho no ma or say just like I stated earlier in my previous post, using a lookalike of an influential or public figure like Sarkodie, especially when you have another musician as your brand ambassador, crosses ethical lines. Yes, because who can promise as your brand ambassador? Why would you then use Sarkodie's lookalike? I didn't see one compare lookalike for brand ambassador. No. What I say? And also it creates brand confusion, undermines existing endorsements, and risk misleading the public. Also, Sarkodie happens to be the brand ambassador of another bank, that is First Bank. Thus, it gives the ad a negative undertone. Plus, indirectly using Sarkodie's image and likeness to promote their brand and services because Sarkodie belonging to another brand. What I say? Oyema First Bank. First Bank is a competitor. Why don't you just use Obia only Sarkodie anyway? Bia using Sarkodie's lookalike, who creates the impression that then Sarkodie then like or then na person man for journey efa yes our brand na Sarkodie brand ambassador edemanono. So she went on to say that with this rate, it seems Sarkodie is legally confirming what I was thinking. That is what Ono Eresi was thinking. The ad may have been cleverly crafted with deniability in mind. Be alert. Looks can be deceiving, but as I stated before, the power of visual suggestion is real. This brings me back to my question again. Why wasn't Kim Promise lookalike used instead? He's Ecobank's brand ambassador, but they use someone who resembles Sarkodie, a brand ambassador for First Bank, which happens to be Ecobank's competitor. That speaks volume. Bad vibes. What does it? Because a competitor only in the same market space. Ecobank is a bank or offer banking services. First Bank is also doing same. So you are in a competition. And it is also you be a brand ambassador lookalike. What is the impression you are creating? Afe, I say pairing his lookalike with a caption, "It's given scam," was risky at best and defamatory at worst, allegedly. I will let the court decide that though. And I'll say, like I said in the not so exact words of Honorable Sam George, if it looks like Sarkodie, works like Sarkodie, and dresses like Sarkodie, it just might be Sarkodie. This might be a landmark case for image rights and advertising ethics in Ghana. Eagerly waiting to see how this unfolds. What I say? Cheze, uwakwakophobia and looking at the image, the share with screen, so looking at in nipana or ad in. First, when you born is so precopia in your mind, you might think, say, oh, where the other Sarkodie. So one shiny ye na wun nim Sarkodie ya. Na one who the picture be or we will be a wun share down follow some musicians way man and celebrities way out. Why dream or say this guy is actually Sarkodie? What I say, ain't you know, or kasa will see or move for defamation, and then or use no na identity no in a wrong way or right be so busy because man can't try me say, oh Sarkodie, you do look alike be a ad. Maybe you might think that and yes Sarkodie say could create issue there, but no, this person looks like Sarkodie, and Sarkodie is a brand ambassador at another bank, which this bank is a competitor to Ecobank. And today now person will trade. What I say, and I know an amount for be break. I say, no. This matter there, I was see a dear any dear training, share the roots. Yes, share baby because Sarkodie any abre, the management any abre. Say, identity, and then can promise look alike. Adenti na mwenye can promise me look alike because Ecobank can promise NAM brand ambassador. Namuko you see First Bank a brand ambassador look alike. Why? That is the question. It is a CRDM near Ababa told Janono, Sarkodie SU Ecobank. Ecobank is yet to say anything. You who response be from Ecobank, you who response be from the guy in question, no, the ad no. Yenye who communicate be free baby but for now sa rates way ana yensa kan a trace Sarkodie asu Ecobank mede mani edi atwire ahwehwem akosi baby cropotin asem we ebekwa akɔwie se Ecobank bedi bem ana se Sarkodie ebedi bem a ni nyina megada na mede aba besomo meka wo se wo be follow Facebook as let's talk YouTube na TikTok so as let's talk na share video ama foforo abehwe any comments bi aso awo na waja e comment section ho e di amame bidin e de na make asanto a makram